Hey guys, Rexpa here, bringing you guys version 2 of Level 1 Monster Mash, or Level 1 Monster Beat, whatever you prefer to call it. With the Legacy of the Valiant set now legal, I made changes to the deck, and it's been playing a lot better as of recently, so I figured I'd bring you guys the updated version of this deck. I'll be showing the main deck and the extra deck as well, but before we get into the deck, I'm going to do some quick announcements. I'm going to give a shout out to Multi-Monster Deals down here in Southern California. If you ever go to Frank's down here, definitely check out their booth. They give good deals. They're pretty friendly people, and yeah, so definitely check out Multi-Monster Deals. I'll leave a link to their Facebook and eBay down below so you can check them out, as well as my trade channel. I will be trading again pretty soon. I've finally built up a decent collection so I can start trading again, as well as my Facebook page. If you want to drop a like down there as well, I'll leave both links down below. And yeah, if you have any suggestions or comments on this deck, on anything I could try out or change, let me know in the comments down below. I do look at the comments and I take all comments into consideration. So let me know. Constructive criticism, only no saying this deck is trash, that kind of stuff. I want to try to make this deck as fun as possible. So if you have any suggestions, definitely drop them in the description or in the comments down below. So let's get right into it. I've done enough talking. I'm going to go over the deck and then explain some stuff. So, triple Mystic Piper, triple Kinka-Byo, triple Lantern, triple Ghostrick Specter, triple Ghostrick Jackfrost, one Ghostrick Mary, triple Treeborn Frog, triple Veiler, triple Symphonic Warrior Basses, triple Evil Thorn, triple Battle Fader, two Swift Scarecrow, two Rainbow Kuriboh, two Jester Confit, two Chaos Necromancer, one Meklord Emperor Wisel, and then Blackluster Soldier, Syphlon, and 1-for-1. The extra deck, 3 Ghostrick Dullahan, 2 Slacker Magician, 2 Lionheart, 1 Utopia Root, 1 Downerd Magician, 1 Formula Synchron, triple Black Rose, Crimson Blader, and Scrap Dragon. So as you can see with the deck, it's pretty close to what the first version was. You still play the Mystic Pipers and the Kinka-Byos. The Mystic Pipers, you play 40 level 1 monsters, so you're almost guaranteed to hit. These are the only 3 cards that are not level 1. It's recurable by Kinka-Byo. It just gives you that acceleration that this deck needs. You pretty much just stall out your opponent until you can either drop your big beat sticks, or you control the game with Dullahan, or you poke damage with Lionheart, or Chaos Necromancer, who can get really big in a late game situation. You play 17 cards that influence the battle phase in some way, shape, or form. Mystic Piper just allows you to accelerate to get your key pieces that you need. The Kinka-Byos pull back pretty much any level 1 monster, except a Wisel or another copy of himself. It just allows for instant rank 1 plays, or Lionheart plays, or it allows for synchro plays, into the Black Roses that you play down here, or the level 8 synchros. It just allows those kinds of plays. It's pretty versatile. You do play the Ghostrick engine. It is now a 10-card Ghostrick engine. I want to talk about Jackfrost. When I was reading through commons from the set, stumbled across this guy, and I read him and was like, this card's actually really, really good, and it could really function in this deck pretty well. So tried to make room for it, and I ended up doing so, playing a full 3 copies of him. Again, like the Lantern, he does influence the battle phase. If you don't know what he does, when your opponent declares a direct attack, you can essentially Book of Moon the monster and special summon him, so he's actually really good in preventing you from getting OTK'd and whatnot. He efficiently stops 2 attacks, much like Ghostrick Lantern, and yeah, he's actually pretty good against Ophion, which is kind of nice. Specter, when any of your Ghostrick monsters were to be destroyed by your opponent's battle or by your opponent's card effect, you can special him and draw a card, so it's just more draw power. Again, it's kind of like if they kill your Lantern, you summon him, he's just another body. And then just the one Ghostrick Mary. I cut the Marys for Frosts and some other stuff, but I still like the one Mary. It's still pretty good. It just doesn't have the same influences as the Battle Stoppers, because you still do take damage if you use her. So I mean, she's still good at 1 in case you need to dump any of these guys to the graveyard, so you can recur them with Dullahan. So I mean, it's still pretty powerful in that sense. Triple Treeborn Frog. You play absolutely no back row in this deck, just the 1/1 for 1. So this card's actually really good. It allows rank 1 plays, like I said, and then the synchro plays too. It's pretty vital. I'm not showing the side deck here, but I do side Mega Mobius, so it does have interactions with him. It's actually pretty easy to bring out. Your side deck is just dependent on your meta where you are. Usually you just want to side MSTs and stuff like that, you know, anything back row related. So yeah, the triple tree one's good. It's pretty much fodder. Triple effect Veiler, since you're not playing Fiendish Chain, effect negation is really important this format, so you might as well max out on a triple effect Veiler. You draw it surprisingly often with the Piper combo, so it's really good. The Symphonic Warrior Basses, he's your main tuner of the deck. He is level 1, so you can recur it with Kinka-Byo, or, you know, if you draw it off Piper. If you don't know what he does, he pretty much changes his level based on the number of cards in your hand. So say you had 5 cards in hand, he would be a level 6, so a level 6 and a level 1 make a level 7 synchro, or if you had 6 cards in hand, be level 7. So it works like that. You only play the high level synchros, you don't really play the lower ones. They're not as relevant in this deck. I mean, I've definitely considered playing Armades, but then again, the extra deck is so tight that you just might as well play the higher level synchros for him. And you can always just make rank 1s with him, so it's not as bad. Triple Evil Thorn, he's only in here for the auto rank 1 play, turn 1, or if you somehow don't draw 2 copies later on. So, I mean, it allows for the rank 1 plays. That's really about it. Oh, it's also a plant, which, interesting fact, you can use Black Rose's second effect that 95% of people tend to forget to target a defense monster, change it to attack mode, and its attack goes down to 0. So that's kind of a little neat interaction that I found out that I actually remembered. I used to play plants back in the day. But yeah, the Black Rose, the Evil Thorn interaction is really cool. Triple Battle Fader again, OTK preventions. It's another body, so you can make rank 1s, and that doesn't get banished if you use it as an overlay material, so it's kind of nice. Same thing with the Swift Scarecrow. It's another battle stopper, in case you get overwhelmed too fast. The deck does have small problems with decks that go really fast, like Fire Fist. I know that's probably the most dominant deck right now, or Heretics or anything like that. But if you definitely start getting the gears going, this deck can put up a pretty good fight. Oh, Rainbow Kuriboh. This card is actually very interesting. If you don't know what it does, if your opponent, it has 2 effects, you can only activate 1 effect per turn, but if your opponent declares an attack, you can equip it to the monster it can attack, so it's kind of like a pseudo Fiendish Chain. And if it's in the graveyard, it acts as a battle stopper, much like the Ghostrick cards do. So definitely a very good card in here. It's a light monster too, which is nice. And he just has a lot of interactions. He's, again, pretty much a pseudo battle stopper in a sense. 2 Jester Confit. I originally had him at 1, but I realized that this card allows so many rank 1 plays. It's really good. Or allows manipulation with the Symphonic Warrior monster up there. So I kept him at 2. I did cut the big 1 Warrior, so he makes up for it just because he can special summon it anytime you want. So 2 Chaos Necromancer. This is a late game card. You never want to drop this card too early in case it ever gets ran over. He can get actually really big, really fast. I've gotten up to almost 9,000, almost 10,000 at one point. He's a very good late game bomb, so definitely want to consider playing him. And then the 1 Wisel. If your field of monsters ever gets blown up, you can special him. He negates spell cards, which is, most people really never consider it, but it's actually really important. And then he takes control of synchro monsters, which doesn't happen too often, but when it does, it's actually really funny. You can actually do the Black Rose Wisel combo. That's usually the most common. Or if they like Torrential Mirror Force you, special summon him, you get a free 2,500 beat stick. And then you can overlay it if you want to attack with more monsters, so it's never bad. And then these 3 cards, you don't have to play these. They're totally optional. I just found them to be really funny. So, I mean, who doesn't like boss monsters that are easily summonable? Luster Soldier, you play an abundance of lights and darks, so he's always alive. I'm trying the Syphlon out right now. I have the Chaos Sorcerer in here, but I found drawing Chaos Sorcerer too early really bad. I mean, drawing him really bad is really bad early game, but 10 monsters engraved to fulfill his summon condition is actually really easy. So a 4K beats 6, never bad. And then the 1-for-1 to special key pieces. Usually you go for Mystic Piper. More than anything, discard Treeborn, whatnot. So this allows you to make plays. So we're going to go on the extra deck. I'm pushing like 10 minutes. So Ghostrick Dullahan, easily the best rank 1 in this deck. He's pretty much a Gale. He's automatically 1200 when he hits the field. And if he were to be sent to the graveyard, you get to add any of your Ghostricks back to your hand, usually a Lantern or a Jackfrost. And then, or you can put him back in the extra deck. So he will pretty much be in your extra deck. So it's actually really good. 2 Slacker Magician, it's more of a stall card than anything. You just sit on Slacker Magician for a couple turns until you can start getting the gears going, so to say. That's why it's in here. 2 Lionheart, this is your main damage dealer. 3 level 1s is easily attainable in this deck, so it's really good. It pretty much, it's a reflect damage, more or less, what it does. Utopia Roots, I absolutely hate this card. I know why it's in here. It's another battle negator, but its stats are really bad. Its effect is mediocre at best. I mean, they're just going to find ways around it. The ability to gain attack off Exceed monsters is really nice, but the fact of the matter is I really never make him. So, I mean, if you have a suggestion for anything else that's legal right now in replacement of Utopia Roots, let me know. I'm considered another Downerd Magician or another Slacker Magician or just another Synchro, but let me know what you guys think. And then the 1 Downerd Magician, in case your Dullahan or your Lionheart ever get Fiendish Chained, or mostly the Lionheart, you can overlay it. It's just another big body. It's like Gaia Dragon for rank 3 or lower. You got the Formula Synchron, draw a card. That's really about it. I went to a triple Black Rose. You'd be surprised at how many times I've made Black Rose in this deck. It's crazy. Usually early game, by then I go through 2 just to reset the game board, and while they would have 1 card in hand, I would have 6. So I mean, this is a really powerful card. And 3, I've actually never made 3, but there were times where I wanted the 3rd, so I put 3 in there. It's never bad either way. And then Crimson Blader, it's still good this format. I mean, with Heretics being as popular as they are, it's still good. And then Scrap Dragon to round out the generic 8s. Eventually, when we get Jewel Great Dragon, I'm sure it's going to be in here. I mean, that card's just really good. So, that is the deck. There's no side deck. I mean, there is, but it's just dependent on your meta, where you are. So I'm not really going to go over that. I mean, if you guys want to see it in future updates, I can definitely do that. Let me know if you want me to do that. So, this is Rexpo. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this deck. Definitely more updates to come if it ever changes. I'm having a lot of fun with this deck. It's definitely one of my more favorite ones as of recently. So, yep, this is Rexpo. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this deck profile. Check out multi-monster deals, and my other trade channel will be doing trade updates. Rate, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Until next time, guys, peace out.